Tell me how you really feel.
Sometimes a man needs less comfort and more clarity. It's November. You've got less than a year until re-election. And that clock is ticking louder than I think you seem to realize.
I'm well aware. My team already has a strategy in place.
I'm not questioning your staff's preparation. I'm questioning yours. You seem to be going through the motions.
You think I'm going soft?
You were a storm once. But lately, you're more like the calm that follows it.
It's funny that you mention storms. Do you remember the summer of 2005?
Do I? That was a nightmare. But weren't you too young for that to even register?
Actually, I remember it vividly. Watching the national news with Mom and Dad about the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. Those images haunted me. Grandmothers stranded on rooftops, lives floating down the streets where houses were. But we were here in Fairmont Crest, with well-manicured lawns and security gates. And it was only a few states away where people were suffering and dying.
You came to my study and asked, what were we doing to help?
And you said not enough, that it'd never be enough. But we had to continue helping to make it better.
Not much of an answer.
It stuck with me, along with something else you gave me that day. Clarity. I didn't get into politics just to ride the Dupree name. I wanted to make sure that the most vulnerable weren't left behind when the waters rise, literally and figuratively.
Now, that's the firebrand we need back in this race. The question is, where'd he go?
Where is this coming from?
UCLA's a good school, Dad.
Sure, but you've been talking about Banneker since middle school. I know you've been looking at other schools, but Banneker was always the end game. Or so I thought.
Banneker's still one of them. How can it not be? Growing up, the fam made it sound like it was Wakanda, just with homework.
All those stories from Grandma Nicole and Grandpa Ted about how HBCUs were like a second family.
And in California, Silicon Valley's right there. I can get connections to tech internships that would be hard to get here in DC.
Oh, please. It's the internships that are pulling you out west, and not because that's where Jessica's planning to go.
Why are you such a big mouth?
Samantha, sweetheart, can you please give your brother and I the room?
Sure. I will just take this and go continue serving my sentence upstairs.
You pursued your congressional seat to change the system. But somewhere along the way, the system changed you.
Now I spend more time proofreading amendments in subcommittees than doing anything that touches real people's lives.
Well, the business of change is a messy one. After decades, I can count my true victories on one hand. And half of those came with compromises that still keep me up at night. The machine is designed to grind down the best of us, to turn idealists into pragmatists, pragmatists into cynics. But do you think John Lewis didn't wake up some mornings and want to quit? You think Shirley Chisholm didn't sit alone and wonder, was it worth it?
And you, for that matter. But now that I know how the game is played, my second term would make my first look like child's play.
We just have to make sure you have a second term.
Our district's been a safe seat for a generation. No one on the other side can touch me.
Who said the threat could come from the other side?
You think I could face a primary challenge?
I don't think so. Martin, I know so.